Murray State Athletics is excited to begin our reveal of the Facility Master Plan. It's time for all Murray State Athletics facilities to make a leap forward to remain competitive among our peers in the Ohio Valley Conference. The Facility Master Plan provides clarity and sets the racers up for a great future. The 14th-month process was meticulous and thorough, and it provides a solid vision for a pathway to accomplish the largest advancement of athletics facilities in the history of Murray State University. Now let's take a look at the bold plans for the CFSB Center, the home of Racer basketball. In 20-plus years of great basketball since the CFSB Center opened in 1998, the Racers have won 85% of their games and enjoyed one of the best home court advantages in all of Division I basketball. Tevester Anderson, Mick Cronin, Billy Kennedy, Steve Prohm, and Matt McMahon have coached the Racers to 10 OVC regular season championships and 8 NCAA tournament appearances. 6 OVC Player of the Year award winners have played at the CFSB Center, and there have been 49 All-OVC selections. Indeed, the bank is home to the greatest tradition in the OVC. Now it's time to make it better. One part of the plan for the CFSB Center involves the lower bowl, with a new configuration and more chairback seats. The west end zone, where the Racer band and students sit, will have retractable seating so other events like concerts and graduation can be held. There is also a plan for a club space under the stands. This area will be a great place to gather before games, and it can also host special events like meetings and recruiting visits. An important addition planned for the CFSB Center is a brand new state-of-the-art weight room and rehabilitation center. This training facility would see the current weight room and rehab center located between the CFSB Center and the Gene Ray Center for Murray State Basketball completely renovated and joined together to create one of the most impressive facilities of its kind. This space will feature all new strength and conditioning equipment, branding, rehab and prehab facilities, and a completely redesigned wet room for hydrotherapy and recovery. There is also a plan to construct an athletics performance center, and there are 3 potential building sites. One is next to the CFSB Center South Side, another on the east side between the arena and Johnny Reagan Field. The third location is on the side opposite of the Stewart Stadium stands. The Athletic Performance Center will have athletic training and strength and conditioning space, offices for coaches and staff, and locker rooms for baseball, softball, track and field and cross country, rifle, and football. Former Racer Sean Witherspoon, a 1,000-point scorer for the Racers from 2001 to 2006, played for Coach Cronin and Kennedy. He has seen the plans for the CFSB Center, and he's excited about it, especially for future Racer recruits.
I think it just makes the recruiting process a lot more competitive as far as for Murray. You know, we get a lot of players now that probably are good enough to play maybe a little bit higher level, but because of our program and because of our history and because we do get great players that, you know, kind of those diamonds in the rough that you know, people don't know about until we start playing and we start developing. So I think that is a huge asset, just the history, but being able to come to a place like that and see, you know, how competitive they are with other schools and with other facilities, I think that alone would, you know, kind of entice guys to really give us a fair shot over, you know, a major D1 like a Kentucky or a Duke or a place like that.
And there you have it. This is what we would like to do with the Murray State Facilities Master Plan as Murray State Athletics makes its move for the CFSB Center. And now we're going to talk with our men's basketball head coach and a couple of our student athletes. I'll introduce head coach Matt McMahon. Thanks for joining us, Matt. He's in his 6th season. We also have KJ Williams from Cleveland, Mississippi. He is a junior, and another junior, Tevin Brown, from Fairhope, Alabama. So guys, thanks for being here. It's great to talk about these things we would like to do, Matt. And you've seen the plan. You know, we just kind of went over what we'd like to do. Just your first impressions on making the CFSB Center better than it already is.
Well, I think you have one of the top home atmospheres in all of college basketball here, one of the great traditions in the country. And when you look at the home winning percentage, 30-1 over the last couple seasons, and one of the top 15 home winning records in all of college basketball, the opportunity to just enhance the experience for our fans and our student athletes, the plans are very exciting for all of us.
You know, one thing that excites me too that we really haven't talked about too much is the stands are going to get closer to the floor in this new configuration. I mean, that would be very welcome, plus the additional seating.
Well, I think the environment there in the arena has always been terrific, but now to be able to add more seats and get the fans even closer to the action will make it an even better experience for everyone.
We'll go to our student athletes here. KJ, let's just get your thoughts on, you know, what is it like to come out on a Thursday night, Saturday night in OVC play, and we've got these huge crowds and all this great support that love Murray State basketball. That's going to make you feel very special.
Yeah, it gets us pretty fired up, especially knowing that we're going to have fans that support us throughout the season, and to come out and just show their support to us, and that we know that we have fans in the stands that just fire us up.
Hey, Tevin, what would it mean? You know, we're talking the LED ribbons that go around the arena. We're talking new lights. You know, we mentioned the additional seating. You know, talk about your student athlete experience that you've had already and how these things would make it better.
My experience has been very good so far, considering we have a community like we do to come out to every single game, every single night, and support us with all the energy they have. Us adding stuff to the gym would just bring even more energy, and I feel like it would make the games a lot more fun, not just for us, but for everybody that comes to support us.
Well, I know I have a lot of fun watching these guys play, and they've done very, very well, as we've documented. Now, one part of this is we're talking about the LED ribbons, which will increase advertising for Murray State Athletics. We mentioned the stadium club or a restaurant that would be underneath one of the stands. And this area, Matt, could be used for external events. You could have a wedding reception in there or a Chamber of Commerce meeting, whatever. So all this additional revenue is going to go back into the race center, because really our weight room, it's good. It could be better. Our training room's good, but it could be better. And then there's even some things inside the practice gym that we could do to enhance the development of our student athletes.
Well, I think first off for me, what's really stood out since I got here almost a decade ago now is just the amount of pride that the community takes in Murray State basketball, the generosity of our donors and businesses here in the community that really allow us to compete at a high level across the country. And to have a space like that for our donors to gather, to go before and then at halftime and after the games, I think will be outstanding. And then, as you mentioned, the additional revenue that comes from that, the chance to make the Ray Center, which is already a great practice facility that gives our players 24/7 access to the gym, to make it even better would be great for all of us.
KJ, and we'll ask Tevin this as well. I know it's your head coach's goal. It's the goal of every head coach we have is when KJ comes in as a freshman, we want to see you totally max out your ability by the time you leave. And you all know that it's going to require some of your own intuition to work on your own. So what's it like to have a place right now to where you can get in there anytime you want?
It's pretty exciting, especially knowing that you can go in and just go do you and just go in and work on your game and to expand it way more than it is from right now. And especially knowing that you can just go in at any time really and just be by yourself and just play basketball.
Put on some music and just kind of shoot and work on your game. Tevin, how many 3-pointers you think you've taken in that Ray Center since you got here?
That's honestly an answer that I can't give you right now. I've definitely taken a lot more than I did in high school, and that's saying a lot because I did shoot a lot in high school.
Yeah. Well, shooters shoot, Coach, right? I mean, you got to work on your game, and And I can imagine, let's just take the weight room, for example. Now, that weight room, way back when the arena was built 21 years ago, that was actually our media room and where we did our press conferences. Then once it became a weight room, we actually still did press conferences in there. But there's some things we could do there with the training room. We could make the weight room a little bigger, then knock out another wall, make the training room go further down the building. So have you thought much about that part of it, the weight room, training room, how that would help the program?
Well, I think it's really important. I think to have your entire player development package fully aligned, from meals and nutrition to rest and recovery, to your work with the coaches in the practice facility, all the way leading up to the game day experience. So I think we've talked about how these facility enhancements would benefit the student athlete experience, the fan and donor experience, and then I think the other piece of it is from a recruiting standpoint. When you want to compete against the best of the best in recruiting, you have to have the best of the best when it comes to facilities, and I think we already are right there, but the chance to make it even better is really exciting for the program.
Talk about recruiting for a minute. It's like breathing, right? You got to do it. It's an everyday thing.
Well, it's the lifeblood of the program, and we've been so blessed to have so many great players over the years, going back for many decades here at Murray State, from the Popeye Jones, Benny Purcell, Marcus Brown, Isaiah Cannon, Jeff Martin. You can keep going on and on, to most recently John Morant. So I think it's the foundation of the program, and because of the support that we get here, because of the facilities, because of the championship tradition, we're able to attract some of the best players in the country on and off the court.
And I know it's a lot of fun from a fan standpoint and even a staff standpoint, someone who works here, to see this great program hopefully get all these things and just get even better. So I want to thank Coach McMahon and KJ and Tevin for stopping by as Murray State Athletics makes its move with the CFSB Center and Murray State men's basketball.